Video Vocab 4, Basic Legal Terms. Today, we're going to look at the vocabulary related to the law. This will be a three-part series. Part 1 will deal with the basic terms about the law. Part 2 will look at what happens in a court case. And Part 3 will look at the vocabulary related to commercial law. After each term, we will also provide some of the common collocations or word partnerships associated with the word. Let's start off by looking at a definition of what law is from the English Wikipedia. A Wikipedia is an online encyclopedia made up of contributions from many different people. So, according to the Wiki, law is a system of rules that people are supposed to follow in a society or country. The courts and police enforce this system of rules and punish people who break the laws, such as by making them pay a fine or other penalty, such as sending them to jail. Okay, so that's a brief explanation of the law. Now, let's look at some common word partnerships containing law. Law can be combined with an adjective, for example, civil law, and criminal law, which we'll look at next. It can be combined with a verb, as in break the law, which means to do something that is not legal or commit a crime. Enforce the law, meaning to make sure the law is not broken. Become law or pass law. These are used to refer to when a new law is created by a government. Civil law is the part of law that deals with disagreements between private individuals, rather than crimes. In many countries, civil laws come from two different sources. One, legislation. These are laws created by the government of a country. And two, common law. These are laws that have come into being over a long period of time and are based on previous legal decisions. Civil law is also influenced by local traditions, religious beliefs, and culture. Criminal law. Criminal law is a system of law concerned with crimes and the punishment of criminals. Criminals are people who commit crimes. Most criminal law is based on government legislation. Other types of law include contract law. Contract law sets rules on agreements to buy and sell items and services. Property law. Property law states the rights and obligations that a person has when they buy, sell, or rent homes and buildings. Trust law. Trust law sets out the rules for money that is put into an investment, such as pension funds that people save up for their retirement. Tort law. Tort law helps people to make claims for compensation when someone hurts them or damages their property. Constitutional law. Constitutional law is used to create laws on how different levels of governments can act and on human rights. Administrative law. Administrative law is used by ordinary citizens who want to challenge decisions made by governments. International law. International law is used to set out the rules on how countries can act in areas such as trade, the environment, or military action. The Geneva Conventions on the Conduct of War are an example of international law. If people have a problem with the law, or they need to take legal action against somebody or a company, they will usually need the help of a lawyer. A lawyer is someone who has studied law and has a special qualification to represent people in court or in other legal actions. There are many different types of lawyer, and they have different names in British and American English. Here are some of the common ones. Attorney. This is the word Americans use to describe a lawyer, and in British English, we usually call them a solicitor. If the lawyer is appearing in court, they are called a counsel in the US and a barrister in the UK. You can tell if a lawyer is a barrister because they wear a traditional costume of a black gown and a white curly wig, as you can see in the picture. In criminal law, a lawyer either represents the defense or the prosecution. The defense is the lawyer that is defending against the case by trying to prove that the defendant is not guilty of the charges. The prosecution is the lawyer who represents the government side and is seeking to prove that the defendant is guilty. A case is a situation that involves a particular person or thing. In the context of today's topic, a case is a legal action that will be decided in a court of law. It is also used to describe the facts that support one side of an argument or legal dispute. Collocations with case related to the law include a court case, a criminal case, a civil case. We can bring a case against somebody, defend a case. The court will consider a case or hear a case. A lawyer can handle a case or prosecute a case. At the end of the court case, we might dismiss the case, settle the case, or drop the case. And that closes this case.